Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I have two beautiful cutting dies from our friends at Creative Expressions. This is the Paper Cuts Sun-Kissed Rose Edger, and we also have the Paper Cuts Floral Twist. They make beautiful cards just like this one. I can't wait to show you what else we did with them, so come back and play with us. So let me show you this first one. This is the Sun-Kissed Rose Edger, and this card is one that my friend Debbie made. Look at that. We did some little stenciling on the inside. Look how delicate that edge is. So this is what this one looks like right here. And as you can see, you could cut your card down to this wide and you can just glue that right there, okay? Or you can actually cut this like Debbie did from the actual card. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Debbie actually used a machine that is a die cutting machine that has a 9-inch wide platform, but not everybody has one of those. So let me show you a little hack here on how to accommodate any size machine. So the first thing we're going to do, this is a 5 by 6.5 inch card, okay? So this is 6.5 inches right here. That's not going to really fit through your 6-inch wide platform. So how we accommodate that was we just took the edger and we placed it right here. I like to take some little low-tack tape and put that there if you don't have a magnet surface on your die cutting machine. Little low-tack tape, put it on the part of the cutting die that's going to be cut away, okay? So that way you don't have any mess to deal with there. And then what you're going to do is take a piece of scrap cardstock, something that's got some tooth to it, something that's a little thick, put that right there. And then you're going to take the back of the card, fold it to the front. So you're making a sandwich, okay? So let's try that again. Here's your card front. You're placing the die where you'd like that, placing the edger. Then you're going to take a piece of scrap cardstock, put that right there. And then you're folding the back over, okay? You're going to square that all up. You're going to turn it so now it's 5 inches wide. And now you can put it through your die cutting machine. Very, very simple. And you're going to take that off. Now, once this is removed, you are going to have some warping and a little bit of kind of embossing on this side, but you could just take a nice piece of cardstock, place it right there as part of your design, glue that in place, and that's going to be all covered, okay? Now, this die is right here is actually, let me measure. Get the right size of your ruler. This die is actually under 6 inches wide. So if you cut your card down, okay, it would fit through your machine without a problem. But what if you want that full 6.5 inch wide card? So go ahead and we're going to pull this off. Go. Ooh, that tape really got on there, but that's okay because we're cutting this part off. All right, so now this is a wider card than the die. We're just going to take some scissors and we're just trimming off that excess. Look at that. I've got a couple little pieces right here I just need to poke out. There we go. All right, so as you can see, now you can accommodate a wider card. You guys, you could even do this on like a slimline card. You can accommodate any size card, or you could cut it like this as a border. So just wanted to give you those options. All right, so let's go back to this card. So for Debbie's 5 by 6.5 inch card, she used, this is brand new for us, this is Luscious Lace 12 by 12 pattern cardstock. Used some right here, and then she used some right here as well. She also added some straight line Dazzle stickers in this really nice blue. Then you guys, she took her card and she colored it. You close it just like this. She took some Tri-Blend markers, and I'm going to tell you the colors here. The light green, the dark red, the true blue, and then the pink. And let me show you a little trick here. So she took the light pink and she took the medium color and she just colored that right through the flowers for the stenciling part, okay? Then went to the green, took that medium color, and went ahead and colored those in as well. All right, now once she did that, she had this really pretty stencil there. Turn this over, okay? Oops. Place this on a piece of scrap cardstock. I will grab like that. And then you're going to take the dark red and you're just going to color in this whole part right there. And that's how she did that. Isn't that pretty? All right, and then she took some gold Jewel Dazzle stickers, little circles, and added those right there. This right here is a primary color script greeting dazzle sticker, and that's listed down below in the supplies. But she did a beautiful job. Okay, so this card that I showed you in the opening, that's the exact same die. That's this one, and I haven't cleaned off yet. Our stencil brush is really good with this. I'll link that down below. Okay, so for this one, Debbie used, for the background of the card, this is X-Ray Flowers, also brand new for us, you guys. It's so beautiful. The pastels are gorgeous. 12 by 12 pattern cardstock. She covered that in a nice blue. This is a 5 by 6.5 inch card. So that is done there. And then she took, this is some swirl vellum, beautiful printed vellum. And she used the oval and scalloped cutting dies. And she used just the straight edge, not the scalloped. She used the largest one and then the second to the largest one. And with that, she sandwiched those together and she made two identical oval frames, all right? And then she took the largest one right here and she cut the oval from her swirl vellum. And then we also have, this is what I showed you in the opening. And then she took this just like this and she colored that right here with some watercolor techniques using some ink. So let me show you how she did that. All right, so we've got here 3 ink pads. We've got Pear Green, Lovely Lilac, and Warm Honey. And then the water brush, you guys, is such a nice thing to use for this. I'm just going to show you a little bit of this, and then we'll get on to that sandwiching technique here. All right, so you're going to take green, beautiful pear green. We're just going to color these in just like this. It's a little easier if you just go right on the surface there. There we go, it gets a little darker. We're just going to take that water brush, which is so handy and so fast, and you're just going to, oops, you're just going to color these in. You're going to do the same thing, you guys, for the different colors. So we're just going to pretend that I've already finished that. All right, so now we're going to take our glue and we're going to assemble all of this. Take the first frame, we're going to add glue on the frame. I'm going to take this oval, place that right there. Okay, now we're going to take this and place that right here. Now, you could use sticky specks on this, but what we find too works great is just to take your glue bottle, and the little glue applicator bottle works great for this too. And you're just sort of tacking this down, so you're just going to go like this. Just making sure these little pieces that are along the outside are specially tacked down. Now you're just going to add more glue to that outside frame. And put this one right there. Now remember, this floral piece here is supposed to be all nice and colored. All right, so now you're just going to turn this over, take your little scissors, And you're just going to trim around this. All right. That's all there is to it, you guys. Isn't that really beautiful how she did that? It even looks really pretty, just white. Then she added the little hugs here. Is from the We're Together Pearl and Pastel Dazzle stickers, and then a little pink ribbon right there. And she's good to go. Love it. All right, so moving on to the next one. I've got a really quick and easy one for you here too. So much stuff. So we've got a slimline card, you guys, and a mess, wow. So slimline is 3.5 by 8.5 inches, and I used a couple of really gorgeous papers here. Come on. All right, so I've got metallic gold, and I've also got olive suede paper. If you're not familiar with suede paper, it's like a fabric on one side, and then on the other side, there's paper, and it die cuts beautifully. But for this case, I just went ahead and used it as my background paper right here. Cut it slightly smaller than the card. Die cut using this one right here, this twist, and die cut that one from the metallic gold and then glued that to the card front. That's how quick it was. And then added, find my Border Dazzle stickers here. Here we go. And so these are Script Greening Dazzles in the pastel and pearl. I used that gold finish. It's a really beautiful pearl finish. And I glued, well, I adhered those right here and right here. And then added the We're Together, no, these are the more Greeting Dazzle stickers. And I used the gold one right here for Celebrate. And that's how fast that was, you guys. You need a quick card for a birthday or for a wedding or something. This is a great die for that. Now my last one used the same die right here. And this is a 6.5 by 5 inch card. I took some of the paper from Country Blooms paper pack, which is just an older one for us, but it's such a beautiful collection. I took one that has a border and I just glued that right across the top there, and then used some more of those Script Greening Dazzle stickers just for you. I die cut this beautiful floral piece here from watercolor cardstock. Okay, and then I colored my pieces right here using Pixie Sparkles. If you've not used Pixie Sparkles, they're a powder pigment that has a really nice shimmer to them. I'm going to show you how to use it. This one is Groovy Grape, and this is Zesty Lime. Go. I'm going to show you how I did this. I'm going to grab my craft mat back. All right, so this is die cut. I cut 2 of these, but we're going to deal with this first one right here from the grape. I'm going to use my water brush again, but I'm also going to use a mister with some water in it. And the first thing I like to do is just go ahead and mist this watercolor cardstock. And then I'm going to just take some of this Zesty Lime, make a little pile of that right there. And then I'm going to activate that with a little bit of water. And the thing that's great about this water brush is you just squeeze it. It's loaded with water. Just squeeze it. Put a little bit right here. And then we're just going to paint everything that is not the centerpiece. So I'm just going to kind of go around this. That's our line there. Not going to color that. And I'm going to get this color on here. If you use too much water, it's going to just wash this down. It's still going to be really beautiful. It's just not going to be quite as vibrant. And there's some little flowers here that have like little berries on them. And I went ahead. We're going to do that as well. Okay, I'm only going to do half of this. There we go. I'm going to grab a wipe. And then to clean your water brush off, just take a wet paper towel or a wipe, just wipe it off just like that. That's all you need to do. And then we're going to do the exact same thing here with a little bit of purple. Hopefully I'm not going to, rather this is Groovy Grape. I'm not going to spray it everywhere. Just a little bit of Groovy Grape right in the center. We want that to be very dark. Now the second piece, this piece right here, is of course done all with Groovy Grape, and you can see the shimmer on that. Look at that, it's so pretty. And how you get a lot of shimmer is I just didn't use very much water at all. Really want to be putting this on pretty thick, and then even let it dry. And if you're in a hurry, just zap it with your heat gun. A hair dryer works too on this because everything's wet and it's not going to blow away. All right, so I would do a second coat on this part right here on the flower, but I did want to show you, I went ahead, and even though those little flowers are colored green, these little berry kind of things, I just went over the berry part using the purple grape, the Groovy Grape. All right? Okay. So now that I've demonstrated that, and we have these pieces that are ready to go, I also wanted to mention, before we do move on, you're going to have some leftover Pixie Sparkles on your craft mat or whatever your work surface is. Go ahead and activate that with a little bit more water. I just took a little bit of the watercolor cardstock and go ahead and just wipe that up using that cardstock, because you can then save that and then just set that aside. Save it for another project. You've paid money for that color, so don't just wipe it away. Always, always use that up. A lot of times I wipe it away here because we're like moving on and we're trying to do this as quickly as possible. But when I'm at home, I always utilize that. I have a lot of those tags sitting around in my little scrap pieces, and I add those to cards. All right, so once again, you could use sticky specks. I'll put those in the supplies, but we're just adding this very quickly. Sometimes sticky specks are great, and sometimes they're not quite the right thing to use, especially when you have a lot of things with tendrils and things like that. When you're pulling it off, they can stay stuck to that sheet. So just taking them a few minutes and just adding some glue like this is really the safest way. And I'm really just wanting to get all these little pieces that have tendrils, and then the center part just gets a little bit of glue. And we're going to put those kind of lining up the roses in the center. We're just sort of putting that at a different angle. We have opposite angles going. And then I'm just going to use here a little twine, and I've made a little bow from this grape purpley color. And I'm going to glue that right there. And then you guys, we've got these little flat back pearls. And I really love this little peach color we've got going on. So I pulled out a couple of these little peach pearls just to add and to spring another color in there. So we're going to add some here, just kind of randomly, because I really felt like it needed. This is a great way to add a third color without purchasing another item. These pearls are very inexpensive and they have so many colors in them. It's a great thing to have in your stash. All right, so that's all there is to that one, you guys. Really quick and easy. And how quick and easy to do a bunch of them at the same time, right? And then you just have these pre-painted and ready to go. All right, so I think we've got everything we want to see right here. There we go. So you guys, we've got a fantastic money saver on these cutting dies. It's right over there on the right-hand side of your screen. If you're watching us on our Paper Wishes website, if you're watching us on YouTube, look below the video in the description box and you'll see the link that'll take you right over to the Paper Wishes webisode page. All of these items are also listed individually down below the video on the webisode page. So if you just want to order this or that, that's a good place to do that. And you guys subscribe, sign up for our emails. Always appreciated. That way you won't miss a thing. We do 4 to 5 of these videos a week. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.